Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I've got these awesome polygel nails using jewel forms to show you. So if you want to see how these turned out, then just keep watching. So Madam Glam very kindly sent me two of their polygels, Japanese Camellia and also blush Peony, to use for this video. They also sent me their jewel forms, and I must say their jewel form pack is the best I've seen. It has 12 sizes and 360 tips. This is the best one I've seen on the market. I have not done jewel forms before, so this is my first time trying it out, but these jewel forms made it so easy. They are all numbered, so it makes it super easy to size them up, and they have little markings down the side to help with length, so if you're doing a client's nails it makes it easier. So I've got bare nails, and for the purpose of this video I'm going to apply a peel off base coat so I can remove these nails at the end of the video really easily, so we can have a closer look at the structure of the nail. So I'm just sizing up these jewel forms to my nail, and if they're a little too big I just go for the size down, or if they're a little too small the size up, and they are really easy to size up. I'm going to give you a closer look here. I just place it at the cuticle and then rock it down, making sure I'm rocking it from side to side also to make sure that it fits from sidewall to sidewall. And you can see here on the thumb that's number 3, and I'm just making sure it fits nicely. It's better to go a little bit bigger than smaller. So with this polygel system you are recommended to use Madam Glam base coat first. So I'm applying that to the nail I'm working on and curing for 30 seconds. I'll be using the Madam Glam paddle and brush, which is the double-ended one. And I'm going to start off with blush Peony, and that is the translucent pink. So I'm just squeezing it straight out of the tube onto the jewel form. I found that that was the easiest way to use this, and then I'm going in with my paddle, and I have dipped the paddle in a bit of alcohol just to make it easier to move that polygel about, and I'm just roughly smudging it about in the jewel form to get it in the rough area that I want it. As I did say, this is the first time I've used these jewel forms, so if you use them and love them, I would love it if you would comment down below any tips or tricks that you have found when using jewel forms, so that I can make my life a little bit easier the next time I decide to play with jewel forms. So I'm just using my brush now to neaten up that application, making sure I've got it really nice and flush around the cuticle area, so that is what it looks like so far. So the way I applied it is placing it at the cuticle area and pushing down, and you can kind of see it stick to the nail, and then it does say hold it for a few seconds on the nail to make sure it is properly attached and kind of suctioned onto the nail. I just check the sidewalls to make sure I haven't flooded it with any gel, and I'm then going to cure it in my lamp for 60 seconds. So once that's out, you just have to squeeze that end of the jewel form, and that just creates like a release, and you can see it there, the air going underneath, and it just pops off really easily. It looks kind of rough and harsh in the video, but it is super easy and super smooth to do. So that's the first nail. I did a really simple square shape for the thumb. There are a couple of bubbly air pockets and a little bit messy around the cuticle, a couple of lumps under the free edge, but for my first go I thought it was pretty okay. I love how when it comes out of the lamp and you take the form off, it is completely smooth, it's rock hard and solid and good to go for filing. So I'm now going to go in and do another nail using blush Peony, which is the translucent pink polygel. And again, I'm using my spatula side to just smear it into place. I'm going to go for kind of a coffin shape with this nail. I like how you've got time with polygel to move it about in the form. Whereas if, say, you're using acrylic, you have limited time before it sets and you need to get it on the nail. So this does just give you that freedom to perfect your shape in the form before you stick it onto the nail. Also, I feel like a hard gel would be runny, so it would be hard, and then I feel like when you put it on the nail it would flood the cuticles. So I definitely think polygel is the best thing to use when you're doing jewel forms. So you can see here with this nail I did push it down at the cuticle, but then when I was pushing it down at the free edge area I pulled it away from the cuticle, so I then had to push it back, and I made a bit of a mistake in creating a lip in the polygel, so that wasn't good. But apart from that, it applied really easily, so I'm just squeezing it and giving it a rock here, and then it just releases that form off of the nail really quick and easily. So that is the coffin shape before filing. Again, it's completely smooth and no tackiness, and it created a really nice shape, so I'm quite happy with how that one turned out. Again, I've got a couple of bubbles in it, but apart from that, it was pretty good. The underneath was quite tidy and neat. So yeah, I'm happy with how that nail turned out. So I'm now going to do the other 3 nails with the other colour of Polygel, which is Japanese Camellia. This is a more opaque pink Polygel. So I'm going to apply my base coat onto those 3 nails and just squeeze that Polygel into the jewel form. This is definitely the easiest way of applying that Polygel into the jewel form. So using my spatula to smear it out, I was going for an almondy, stiletto-y kind of shape for this nail, and I have sped it up a little bit because you've already watched me apply it too. So I love using the brush to neaten it up, getting it really nice and flush in the cuticle area. The one thing you need to be careful with is making sure you've got enough product in that stress area and the apex. Otherwise it will just break when you have these nails and you're using them and wearing them. So definitely make sure you've got enough product in the areas you need it to create a good strong nail. So I'm just placing that in the cuticle area and pushing down, creating that suction onto the nail and holding it in place for a couple of seconds. This one did move about a little bit, so when I took it off I realised I created a little lip around the cuticle area, but it was okay. When I came to finish filing, I just filed it and it filed flush, so that was okay. But there are the 2 side by side, the coffin and the almond shape, and you can see the colour difference. So I just gave it a push and a pull to see if it was strong, and you can see there, I'm just giving you a close up of where I created that lip, but it was okay. Like I said, I just filed it and it went away. So there are all of the nails done. I just did 2 more nails in that Polygel on the ring finger and the baby finger with 2 different shapes, and you can see the underneath side there is slight lumps, and then there you have it after finish filing with the top coat. I really love how these turned out. They were really easy to create all the different shapes. I definitely would say that Polygel is the best for using jewel forms, and if you are using jewel forms, I think it works better for the shorter nail styles. So for example, like this nail here on my thumb, I did a short square and it worked really well. I did find it did work well for the longer coffin and the pointy stiletto nail, but I would say with the longer nails you need a higher apex and a better structure because of obviously of the length. So I would say with the longer nails it's not as good in terms of structure because you can't add too much in the structure area, if that makes sense. And you can see here underneath the almond nail I did get quite a lot of build up of product from where I pushed it down too much and it kind of all spilled out at the free edge. But for nails like this that are short and this one is round, it was really easy to use the jewel form and it worked really well. For the baby finger I thought I'd have some fun and do it super long. It actually turned out alright, but again I don't think this is structurally sound. The apex isn't correct, so for longer nails I wouldn't say it works as well. So for those 3 nails I used Japanese Camellia Polygel from Madame Glam, and then for the pointy finger and the thumb I used blush Peony. So now I'm going to take off the nails. I did apply that peel off base coat underneath the Madame Glam base so that I could remove these at the end of the video. That was literally just for the purpose of this video. So if I wanted to use this on a client I wouldn't use that. I'd just go straight in with a Madame Glam base coat and it would last for 3 weeks until the fill. So the reason why I did this is because I wanted to have a closer look at the structure. So taking them off allows me to have a good inspection, and you can see here it is very thin around the cuticle area, which is good, but it doesn't have that much of an apex. And you can see here with the opacity of the gel as well, that gives it away, that around the tip area it is a lot thicker where you have to push down that gel and it kind of spills out along the free edge. Especially with this nail here, you can see there's a massive difference in thickness around that tip area, so much so I had to really go underneath and file it. Even then it was really thick. But with shorter nails like this one, it works perfectly. There's a perfect amount of product in the apex area because it is only a short nail, so it works heaps better for shorter nails. And you can see here there is a lump at the end, so if I was going to do this again, I would work on getting that free edge a little bit less bulky and not pushing down as much. But there you have it, that's my review and tutorial of the Madam Glam Polygel and Dual Forms. It was my first go at this and I really enjoyed it. Give us a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, Isabel May Nails, for loads of nail photos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!